Well, hello. We are in Psalm 123 today. And this psalm takes us deep into the heads and hearts of battered, tired people. People who've been facing relentless taunting and mocking. Do you know how it feels to be mocked for your faith? Have you ever been laughed at for being a Christian? Have people take the mick or give you abuse because of following Jesus? Then you will be able to relate to this. Turn to Psalm 123. Let me read it. I lift my eyes to you who sit enthroned in heaven. As the eyes of slaves look to the hand of their master, as the eyes of a female slave look to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes look to the Lord our God, till he shows us his mercy. Have mercy on us, Lord, have mercy on us, for we have endured no end of contempt. We've endured no end of ridicule from the arrogant, of contempt from the proud. There you go. God's people have written this song out of their exhaustion. They've been going through constant battering from outside, mocking from everywhere. We don't know who's doing the mocking. The timing and placing of the psalm suggests it could be when they're trying to rebuild the temple in Nehemiah, and the king at the time is giving them endless bullying and abuse for trusting their God and working so hard at this rebuilding effort for him. But we don't really know. Whoever they are and whatever they're saying, we can feel some of this, can't we? How many of us have got used to just staying quiet and not saying anything about Jesus when we have an opportunity? Instead of speaking up, because we're so used to people laughing at us for our faith. That's so normal, isn't it? It's so real. And this has been taken to a new level with any kind of social media. There's 1,000,001 keyboard warriors just waiting to pounce as a Christian says something positive about God. Well, this psalm is a response to that endless battering and mocking from people who don't know Jesus. And here, the Israelites, they don't go to the people mocking them and ask them to stop, do they? That's a useless task. It's like trying to tell a school bully to go away. It's just going to bring more abuse. No. They sing to God, expectantly urging the God of all power to respond to their requests. And it's not just blind hope. It's not like just throwing a song up there, throwing a prayer up in the air and hoping something happens. It's not blind hope for them, and it's not blind hope for us. They look to God, to the one sat on the throne, the one with all authority. Did you see that? To you who sit enthroned in heaven. Like a slave looks to his master, they look to the one with the power to bring about change, the one who is able to make something happen. They want to see him act. They want to see him act in mercy for them, to do something about it, to show his power and to give them some rest, to know he is merciful to them. And why do they go to him asking for mercy? Because they know he's a merciful God. They know from their experience that he's merciful. They've seen through their history all the promises he's kept, promise after promise after promise, delivering them over and over and over again, showing his power, acting in mercy over and over again. And it's because they know he's the one with all power and all authority, and his heart is one of mercy. His heart is one to bring relief to his people, that they call each other together to trust him. Notice all the us and ours and we in this psalm. They come together to trust God. This is a song pointing them to God, reminding them of his mercy, reminding them of his authority over their bullies. And that's what brings them together to sing, to expectantly and to urgently call out to him for mercy. And Jesus is the bridge between us and them. Thousands of years is bridged by Jesus. Because Jesus faced a barrage of mocking and abuse, didn't he? Before he died, over and over again, he was spat on and punched in the face, knocked to the floor by soldiers, religious authorities. Brutal. But unlike the Israelites here, who say, we have endured no end of ridicule from the arrogant, no end of contempt from the proud. Jesus' mocking stopped. His mocking stopped when he died. He cried, "It is finished," and took his last breath, and the mouths of those mockers were closed, weren't they? His death was the act of mercy that Israel needed. His death was the act of mercy we needed. Because he died, he now sits enthroned in heaven, and all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to him. So we look to the hand of Jesus, knowing he's the authority in the universe and in our lives, trusting that he has the power to act on our behalf, trusting it is his heart to reach out to us and show us mercy. If you've never come to Jesus before and you find yourself watching this, please come to him now for your rest. Find forgiveness in him. Find mercy with Jesus. Find relief. Find salvation. We look to the hand of Jesus, trusting that it's his heart to reach out with our hand, bring us relief and rest. Jesus tells us, doesn't he, in Matthew, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Our relief is found in him. So if today feels like life is battering you, like the burden is too great, like it won't relent, like it's facing no end, know that there can be relief. If you're trusting Christ, there will be an end to your struggle. Trust Jesus. Go to him for mercy. Cry to him using the words of this song. Trust him to bring you rest. Go nowhere else. And know that by looking back at his life and his death and resurrection, and looking up to him in power on the throne of heaven, we look forward to a day when those mockers will be judged. They'll either be saved or they'll be judged. They'll get what's coming to them. And we will have the peace that he promises with him. We've seen that through Jesus, God is merciful. God has proved that to us on the cross. So rely on him for your relief and your rest today.